that's pretty much it. You know, the stun from the techies doesn't last all that long. The pounce, you can still walk around inside of the leash. So I'm not sure how much value he's really going to get out of that.
Dominic, a little bit of trouble. 1J's got to try and body block, but it's a sun striking up with the last right click from Happy from afar. That will be first blood picked up.
A hurricane push back into a pounce or something like that, and you kill the Beastmaster.
I've seen the hurricane knife.
I mean, look at some of these last hits, by the way, in both the lanes. Like, the Beastmaster is getting crushed in the bottom lane. And Urshinik
what's going
crushing.
All right, well, that's going to help when you're down this many last hits from Warwick.
Yep.
Looks like he's not going to be able to get the water rune as well. Nicky Cool will snag that one. Lil gets the other one at least, so the Earthshaker's not going to play with double rune, but that does leave Cloud alone. Lil's going to... Oh, no way. So frustrating. Lil had to TP back in.
He's going to walk up into that ancient stack and just echo it before, but needing...
Well, they see him.
I'm sure he's saying...
Speaking of Nicky Cool, it's going to be up to Lil to start. Maybe the blast off is enough of a stun for the Sunstrike. Decent chunk of damage in the moment. Seneco's going to come on over and drop the static storm, and they were just too late from the spell casting. Seneco, great position for him. It's going to be able to offer a helping hand to Nicky Cool, and now they're going to get the glimpse back as well. I wonder why they didn't look to try and play with the blast off. Just the right clicks were never going to be enough, and when you all right, they'll use the echo. I was going to say maybe they won't even have the damage, but Nicky Cool decides that echo is required to get the kill.
He's happy enough with it, but I mean, on the plus side, Warwick gets a mid tier 1 tower. Boots. It's going to be good to be able to get around a lot of these roots, a lot of these ensnares as well. Really extend the survivability of his team, because I mentioned all of that AoE potential that StoRm has.
And that's really the name of the game. Oh, bottom lane. There's the reveal, and they've got the roar as well. Still from Dominic. Nicky Cool, great blink. Gonna be able to get a big kill onto Kami. Second death in the row here for the Slug. So currently top net worth. Naga's gonna very shortly usurp his position though. And now they're even gonna try and catch up to Happy too. Katie, want to get a little bit more active. Glimpse back should help with getting the kill. So couple of decent movements across the map from StoRm in the past minute or so.
And Katie's going to be able to start pushing out a lot of these other lanes as well with that Mantis style. Could use it just to be able to pick up a little bit more farm for himself.
Bottom lane. Dominic, can Warwick get in range for the cold snap? He can. Sunstrike this time is on the mark. He's probably going to tick out. Yep, Lil's already chucked out the sticky bomb. Very nice movement from them. So yeah, they're able to respond with their own kill across the map, and Warwick gets involved as well for some much needed experience in gold.
At least he'd already bought up the components of his Aghanim Scepter though, right? So he's got a lot more stats now, a lot more damage considering he's a universal hero, and didn't lose any unreliable gold off the back of that.
Goodness.
It's a nice little freebie. Or he's going into the Nullifier on the Clinks as well. Feels pretty good against the React.
Glimpse back vision, but Seneco is having a hell of a game. 2-0-4. I've been very impressed with his positioning and where he's been on the map to get involved in some of these early kills.
A bunch of D-wards as well, and he's even building up to be a bit of that aura, because you know that the Beastmaster isn't exactly going into it. He's prioritizing a little bit more of his own farm, and he is going to go into that Blink Dagger build that we were talking about as they end up getting another kill up on this top side. So really, to me, this feels like, all right, we know that we can deal with the entire lineup, but we just got to make sure that Kami doesn't have a good start of a game. But he's 0-2-1. He doesn't quite yet have that Aghanim Scepter, and they haven't made a single aggressive move yet onto the dire side of the map up until now. Maybe they're looking to potentially hunt for the Naga Siren, but really good presence of mind.
They're going to hunt for Dominic instead. They'll be able to get a pretty easy kill onto the Beastmaster. 1J does reveal his location. Dire in two minds. They were starting to pivot down. Well, they might be able to capitalize on that. Happy isolated from the team. No one else is actually coming over to the right side. He is just free food at the moment for wherever Katie is. 4-0-1. Happy's got 5 deaths as well in the Enchantress.
Gonna go for a glimpse target, but not finding anyone just yet. Just that value of the vision, right?
Vision does indeed win games. 1J. Gonna be able to run on forward, scouting up the Darkseer once again. They're gonna try and lead to deal with Cloud. Not as survival is what they're hoping for, but Hydra's still gonna have the numbers to potentially turn it. Dominic's gonna hold the Invoker down. It'll just importantly enable Nicky Cool to reset his positioning, and he can evaluate if he wants to jump back in and snipe Lil. He's gonna have the damage at the moment. 2 points early in the fissure, so Lil is gonna be able to set up.
I mean, you've also got a Shaker, a Nagasar, and a Klinks and a Beastmaster to be able to play around with, right? It's got pretty good synergy there, and I feel like they think that they've got enough jump to be able to secure kills onto the likes of the Slark with Nicky Cool. Seneko? Starts
onto Seneko. Should be able to get a quick and easy kill. Off to the other side as well. Kami's going to try and deal with a secondary support. Warwick is in a bit of danger, especially with the Fissure's going to land into 2. Echo still cool down for a couple of seconds, but importantly, Kami, he's held in place at the moment, has an opportunity to pop the Shadow Dance and looks to turn as well. It's a decent fight is starting to brew here from Hydra, but it's going to be up to Nicky to turn the tides. With the Echo up in a couple of seconds, they won't need it for the kill onto Kami, so now he has it still in the arsenal to get the remaining members. Is happy, or he'll be able to TP out. Cloud will try and go through the portal as well if they got the damage. Yes, they do. Katie snipes him down with the Riptide, and now a fight right at the front of the pit. They can look to get Roche as well.
So next on the Klinks.
Kami's going to run straight into them, dude. Static Storm's used. We're going to have to pop the BKB. Somehow he slips out of the kinetic field. So a little bit used there from Storm. Nicky cools off on the outskirts. He's waiting for the open. Wait, Cloud? What? Oh, he just didn't disengage with the team. He got caught out. Now they're going to get another. They'll drag back. Nice use of the blast off, but to no avail. The Storm find a couple of easy kills. Now Warwick as well is outside the base. I'll pop onto Dominic. Early BKB out of him. We know the Stark doesn't have the tools to be able to be too mobile inside the fights. Shadow Dance is actually back up for him. Simultaneously onto Katie. Let's see how strong the Naga is going to be chasing back some of the supports. Even Cloud is getting solo killed from 1J's Klinks, and simultaneously, they're also holding the Stark into place thanks to Nicky's spell casting. A fight's breaking out simultaneously on the other side of this high ground, as 1J might even be able to get the kill with the help of the ensnare. And now Hydra, they're just going to try and do their best to cut their losses. Warwick to the right, Happy to the north. But, I mean, that's no buyback here from Kami. And they
Blightstone, and, well, now it's a Desolator as well on 1J, so you've got no base to be able to play around with, and it was just a little bit too early of a BKB usage there by Kami, but the game had gotten to the point where I really don't think it mattered. This is Megas. 33 minutes in. No wall, no nothing.
And there might be a death onto the Invoker as well. And Teki's doing a decent chunk of damage. But yeah, the inevitable has come. G's are dropped. Firstly, I mean, they played incredibly well on Storm, but I think they set themselves up with a great draft to be able to take this game 1.
Yep, great Klinks, great Disruptor picks. Obviously feeling very confident with you.
Because I wanted to ask you the question of, like, do you want 1J to go actually into a little bit more stats in this lane? Because there is that potential, like you said, to out-harass the Disruptor and to get the combination out of the Gush as well.
There we go.
We're going to see that now. It's the 2, and this will result in a kill. So very nicely done. I mean, this is just going to continue to happen in the lane, especially if they have the creep equilibrium in their favor of Storm, and they will. It's going to be a double wave for them, and gank one of the side lanes with it, or maybe if he uses it for another kill onto the Ember.
Oh, they're praying that it's bottom because they're putting so much emphasis up onto this top side. You've got the Skywrath Mage there trying to camp the bottom, and it's an illusion. It's going to
Warwick's just dead now. He just used the chains. There's going to be nothing that's going to stop the Primal Beast. Let's see if Nicky wants to continue going for it. Kinetic Field. All right, well, that's probably another thing that'll stop him. So we'll see what they're able to do off the back of this, though. Warwick's got the chains back up. Tries to use it onto Seneko. Looks like with the body blocks out of Lil, they're going to be able to get a secondary kill onto the Warlock. And they will. No uphill miss. Nice glimpse as well by 1J. Oh, he sent the bottle as well back. Oh, no.
All right, little to make this move. At least they've got the level 6 on Lil, and you've got a Blade Mail picked up by Cloud. Doesn't have a TP, so they know that unless they're making a move down towards this bottom side, they should be pretty safe to be able to play around this mid area. Popping the Blade Mail right now on Nicky Cool himself.
Here's Kami. All right, Chrono with Static Storm. That's a pretty good conjunction of ultimates from Hydra to be able to get some kills. And Ravage is kind of wasted as well. Now, they've pretty much used everything from the previous attempts. So
So it really just feels like they're trying to run away. This is a game of cat and mouse. Kami's doing his best to try and A, pick up his farm, and B, slow down.
Oh, this is pretty deep. I mean, this is super deep, dude. Nicky Cool. Who cares about a tier 3 tower? 1J? 1J? What's going on, guys? How deep do you want to go? You need to pay some respect. I mean, Chrono's down. Kami needs some lucky bashes. Maybe they can get the kinetic field to stop him from retreating, but I mean, you are feeding over a pretty big streak, and honestly, StoRm, just no respect with that attempt.
Yeah, a little bit too deep there. Now you can see that Kami has a lot more boys playing around him. Previously, he's just trying to be as isolated as possible, force people to TP back just for him to enable a little bit more of the rest of his team while also securing his own farm. But now he's being flanked.
Aggressive jump on a cloud. They're going to ravage as well. They want to force the fight, StoRm. They've been pulled apart left, right, center across the map, but they've had enough of this cat and mouse type of game. Kami, though, he's going to find a pretty goddamn big Chronosphere. It sets up for happy Static StoRm as well. They'll be able to get the first kill on the Tide Hunter, but of course the reincarnation's going to come into play now. And have they used too much for the first round of lives? There's now Nicky Cool, who'll hold Warwick into place, which enables Katie to reposition. But Warwick has nothing to fear now inside the team fight, nor does Cloud as well. But Nicky Cool, another reinitiation with the help of Katie. They'll get the kill onto Warwick, but Kami now can try and turn it back around. He's not going to be able to go through the physical damage unless he gets some crazy bashes. Kami up against Katie. The life still, it's not going to be good enough as Kami refreshes thanks to the time walk. And Hydra, finally, they've been doing such a good job to stall out the game into their advantage. Dominic's going to try and find an angle. They'll drop the ward as well and scout Kami out. Do they want to full commit onto the Faceless Void? If they got the damage to blow him up, Nicky Cool feels otherwise. He's going to find an opportunity to jump both supports down to the south. The force is out of Static StoRm, which doesn't really give them too much now. As a Ravage Kami, he's going to be able to dodge it. BKB used, press the attack, gets rid of the Pulverize, and Chaos now breaks out. As they're going to be able to jump over to the right side, Kami once again finds another Chronosphere onto 2. They'll be able to deal with the reincarnation, and can they set themselves up for the second round? That was Katie and StoRm. They've got the numbers to be able to continue.
Glyph as well. It stops Katie from being able to take that top tower, but it means that you're not going to be able to get rid of these siege creeps in the mid lane.
Oh no, Nicky Cool, that's under a tier 4 tower. Ravage comes up before the Static StoRm. They're going to have a little bit extra team fight control to work with, along with Sineko's Rock as well, but the buybacks, that's going to be vital to the success of Hydra now. They'll dealt with the reincarnation, but can they kill Katie a second time? StoRm, they continuing to fight behind the throne. It'll work out now with getting the guaranteed kill onto Warwick. But Hydra, they can look to go...
No way for them to be able to escape from that. So still ends up being a full lane of racks claimed, but that was a risky play for them to be able to go for.
Dude, and now this ward, it's an obvious ward, but it's giving them so much information. StoRm, they're going to use it perfectly onto Happy, who doesn't have a buyback. Now, that's a pretty decent chrono. They're going to have the extra damage thanks to Lil's Mystic Flare as well. They're going to be able to take out 2 key components inside the fight, and now they've got the jewel as well. Victory over the Cloud, but Kami, he's in some danger, man. Time Walk at the last second, dodges the blast off. And Kami should... No, he's not going to live! Katie jumps over the top. He's been able to get enough gold for the buyback, but if he looks to rejoin, he's not going to have the chrono as Nicky Cool. But it's just giving important space for Katie to be able to deal with the objectives.
You think they're thinking, well, they dived tier 4s previously. Let's just wait for them to do it again.
They're going to go for this play.
Oh.
Static StoRm, little Mystic Flare still cooldown for the moment. It's going to be up to Warwick with the damage. It's a decent chunk at the moment. Over to the right side, they've been able to assassinate one of the supports. They'll find a second and look at the instant jump. The Arcanum Scepter giving them so much value. That is well deserved. There are a couple of voice lines.
You got to make sure that there's not that potential there for the secondary life to come through, right? It's going to be just fine.
4v5, Kami. Can he land this Chronosphere? Who's able to bait for him to get that set up. He just wants the vision, but it's going to come at a cost of his own life. They'll lose the gem as well. And now you don't have that numbers advantage, but Kami doesn't care. Finds the Chronosphere. Vill's going to be able to drop the Mystic Flare, but the instant response is out from Seneko. Now with the Chrono, it has been completely wasted. It's up to Warwick now. The Ember's going to try and go for the finishing blow onto Dominic, but the BKB has expired. First stun's there. Cloud's going to try and jump in as well. He won't be able to get anything off momentarily with a turnaround for the Tide Ghost. It'll hold him down for a couple of seconds, and that is all they need out of StoRm and Hydra. They just forced the issue. And it might cost him even more. Turn to deal with the Faceless Warrior, but a Grace Force Staff gets him out of danger. Happy's going to be able to jump over the top as well, with the kinetic field in a perfect location. Both these heroes will not be able to retreat, and now Warwick's going to try and deal with Seneko off into the tree line as well. They brought back on Nikki Cool, but the outpost is too far away from the team fight. This is a heavy investment, and they're going to get no value out of it. Kami playing with fire, but a quick time walk repairs some of the damage, and Hydra, it seems like they're back in this game off one mistake out of StoRm.
I wouldn't even say it's one mistake. It's a number of them coming together. Now Kami's level 25, almost level 26, and it's getting to this period of the front lines for now. They kind of want Kami to be the one that gets jumped. They want them to use all of those cooldowns for him.
Under attack.
Doesn't have a buyback, though, if he does die those 2 times.
They're grouping up for a Ravage. They're going to try and start Dominic with a Ravage. It's going to clip onto 3. They'll deal with the Disruptor. They'll deal with the Legion as well. Kami's still going to be able to turn the tides potentially, but the Chronosphere gets both the supports. They'll assassinate the Warlock and they'll turn to 1J, but he's got the Aeon Disc momentarily to protect him. Still, it's looking like a decent fight for either side. I mean, you force out multiple buybacks, and StoRm, they're just happy with that.
It's another one of those things, though, where this might be a bit obvious. Ooh. Say that. They end up walking up on into him.
Warwick's gone in. Warwick's in. Meanwhile, over to the right side, there's going to be a Chronosphere that clips onto 2 as well. They want to try and get through to the Tide before the Ravage. Aeon Disc is going to be able to stop that for the moment. He should still get it off in a second. Can they continue on? The fight's going to be kited over to the right side. Refreshed use from Kami. Second round of the Chrono. And that's going to be enough to turn the fight into their favor. As now Kami's not even done just yet. They'll scout out Nikki Cole. Of course, they know he bought back prior. Tricks the cloak. It'll only buy him some moments of peace, but once it expires, they can chase him down. He'll jump over to the top, but there is no running as Hydra. 0 casualties from them. What a goddamn team fight. They're coming in, though. All right, Nikki's not dead, dude. How is this man still alive? Katie's going to try and protect him as well as Cloud. Find some separation. What was looking disastrous somehow might actually turn out to be a good fight for StoRm, as Nikki Cool will eventually be able to catch up to Cloud. That's a dieback for the Legion. And how did the fight just turn like that all of a sudden? Warwick has really been the unsung hero, I think, for Hydra. I mean, we've definitely praised him a little bit, but I don't think enough.
Walking through the Twin Gate now, though. And Warlock doesn't have buyback.
And Warlock is going to die as a result of this. Seneko lose the gem. And meanwhile in the base, guys, there's a Chrono to 2. Let's see if they're going to have any follow-up as well. They've already refreshed this with a backpack of Kami. But they're going to be able to deal with the Time Hunter before the Ravage. Can Dominic get it off in time? He can't. He still has this Ghost form to look to work with. Nice timing out of the Presti attack as Ravage flies out. It's not really the greatest one as Cloud is going to be able to secure the kill onto Dominic with the instant buyback StoRm. Can they end up coming out on top of this fight inside their base? They're going to do whatever they can on Kami, but they turn on the Chrono. It's on to 3. It's beautiful from Kami, but the damage is something that's lacking. Not until Lil's able to drop the Mystic Flare, but it's still just not enough as now Kami is completely out of mana. And they're splitting away. Nikki's a little bit isolated for the moment. They want to jump to backline support, but what a dual timing from Cloud onto the Tide Hunter. But the damage is on there, but a starting StoRm Scepters onto 3. It's beautiful. Happy. What an ultimate potentially to turn the fight, but it doesn't look like it's enough at the moment. Katie tries to stand strong against Kami. Kami's going to jump over the top, wants to deal with the Primal Beast instead, but Kami backtracks now. They're dancing in and out. It's just so clean from Hydra, and they're going to be rewarded once again with a team fight victory.
Seems like a crazy place to be able to take one of those fights, right? You just bought back on the Tide Hunter. The lanes are naturally going to push in towards D1K net worth swing in Hydra's favor. 60+ minutes. They don't care about tier 5 items right now.
Sneaky trying to bait. I don't know if you can bait most of the damage that the Legion's got. And meanwhile, it sets up for Kami's corner to the backline as well. They're going to be able to assassinate Nikki Cool, which is a dieback. And now they'll force the hand of Katie as well. But we've seen so far that the Wraith King has not had the damage to be able to combat versus Hydra. And in the end, they're going to be able to send us to a third and final game of this series. What a way for them to do it.
He even gets the rapier at the very end for some style points there coming through for Kami, but the game is going to end before it gets to that point. 61 minutes, no tier 5 items, faceless void performance that is capped off by a lovely Chronosphere to be able to end this one. This is what you're scared about going up against the Faceless. This is what you're worried about. You know, you pick the Wraith King to be able to counter it, but it's for the first 30 up the camp, so they're not going to be suffering there. So we'll see that he needs to be dewarding though. Of course, it's really those first couple of levels that's really the scary point here for Cloud. Like when you've got level 3 on the Phoenix. Not if Phoenix dies though.
Not if Phoenix dies indeed, and he's going to get the first blood. All right, so let's dive a little bit deeper into this Timber Saw, because meanwhile, Kami top lane, almost going
change with a level 15 talent to having the Whirling Death stat loss now. It's only 3%, but adding that on to the 10% that it is pretty base, that really reduces a lot of the impact that you're going to get from the Shaker, from the Sven, even from the Legion Commander.
And we'll be able to get a return kill. Okay, both supports are going to end up going down. Kami doesn't get the Essence stack, though.
Forces potentially even a... I don't know if you could force a duel onto yourself ever since the change to the shield crash, but just open up space for the Timber Saw to reliably come in and just devastate them with your damage.
Okay. Is there any... Actually, top lane, Kami should be able to get the kill onto 1J. Dominic as well with the help of the Brambles also chased down the Disruptor. So again, it's a 1-for-1 with the supports. Both TPs are currently on cooldown, but Kami, you are without a doubt wanting to try and take a fight. It's just a question of where they want it though. Do you think about mid? Because a kill could then lead into an objective, but it looks like StoRm have got a pretty good read on this. If the support's position on the higher ground, they're going to be able to pop the smoke, and it's just a Static Storm along with a Rolling Thunder used onto a measly Dark Willow. StoRm have now got the read. This is a fight they want to continue to take. Seneko, he can always use the egg. Will do so defensively. Now with the Jewel as well, it's going to be a lot of damage out of the Timber Saw. Surprising amount at that, and they're not even done just yet as Katie now catches up to Lil. 2 big swipes of the Great Sword, and I'm very surprised at how much damage they were actually able to do into the Timber. That is also...
Yeah, I'm honestly quite shocked that they just kept on going in there. They didn't have a vision advantage. They didn't have a bunch of ultimates used, and they just thought that they could keep on going in. Maybe Timber Saw overvaluing his life. Again, if you get the jump on the Timber Saw...
Dude, mid looking scary. Mid's looking super scary. Nikki Cool. Oh, no, you can't group up like that. You cannot do that. And now Kami... Can he, along with Cloud, be enough? It's got to be a 2v5. They'll get 1 kill onto 1J. And now Cloud is going to chase for Seneko as well. A nice side step into the river. The DD might catch him off guard with some unsuspecting amount of damage, especially with the chain control that's going to be coming out from Katie as well. As that is the second death in a row onto Cloud. And you need him to be snowballing. Very, very comfortable. I hope we don't have a fight, because you got a lot to talk about. Katie, level 16 compared to the 14 on the Slark. Like, even though the gold, you got a decent chunk of a lead, but experience could come to be a really big thing for this Sven. It's again another initiation. It's a bit of an unforced BKB from Katie, which doesn't provide them a lot. Can they take the fight now when the boy is on Hydra? They're still going to be going to the egg, which has proven to be an issue. We're going to see that be the case once again. The Slark goes forward without anyone else nearby. Now they're going to go to Cloud as well. They are crumbling on Hydra. One by one, they go in without any backup, and StoRm. This is 3 games in a row.
Able to have that impact. Speaking of the Shaker, by the way, he's got his Aghanim Scepter to be able to play around.
Jeez.
With too, so He is a very scary boy to have to go up into. You've even got the level 2 duel available from Dominic, so are they going to get another kill?
No hesitation. Instant duels, but this time the boy's going to be playing behind it, but it's not going to matter as Nicky Cool drops a huge echo. They've got the Sunray as well. Nicky Cool's not even going to die, and now the turnaround will be there. Fisher's a little bit shy, but they can just chase them down. What is there to fear from StoRm? The Disruptor's getting split apart from the team. Katie's waving him goodbye. They're going to catch up to Lil as well. Meanwhile, back over to the right side of the T2 tower. Warwick's going to try and make the attempt with the Rolling Thunder. He needs to get the kill and get out with his own life, but he won't even get the kill onto Nicky Cool, who lives through it all. And StoRm, they are continuing on with the momentum. Don't look at bottom. Never mind. Echo wasn't used. They're still going to try and go for Cloud. Dominic's got the duel at the ready. Happy's a little bit too late with the Static Storm. They're still going to be able to taunt the Timber and drag him back. Katie with the backstab as well. It's a bit awkward from either side, honestly, especially with the damage coming out. But as soon as the egg is used, that is a team fight one. You've got firm control of this area, and Hydra need to cut their losses. But unfortunately, Kami, he's not even going to be able to escape. They'll catch up to him into the tree line as StoRm, once again, 0 casualties. They are just taking everything
forward with that gem held on to Nicky Cool as well. Look to just jump up onto a lot of these high grounds, and yeah, there we go. It's a good way to be able to reclaim some of that area that I said, you know, despite the net worth disadvantage, was in a better place.
Ooh.
Not anymore.
Oh, nice jump, Katie. Fissure as well is going to enable him to continue right-clicking. It sets up for Dominic's follow-up. A little bit more jaw damage, and Nicky Cool knows no way to stop. He'll have to use a BKB, though, as Kami is going to put him under the pump. It's a pretty decent Static Storm as well. If they can get rid of the Phoenix, it might be an opportunity for them inside this fight. But Sineko somehow steps out of the Static Storm, drops the egg, and over to the left side now, Cloud still going unaddressed as well. They're going to look to buy back, but it's a little late with the buybacks to get any more. But the kill onto Sineko.
That's the fight that I was looking for from the Timbersaw, right? Obviously, it's a lot easier when it's in these enclosed but relatively good spot. They could look to go for more. The only thing holding them back is just the one smoke.
Dominic's gonna go. Oh, what a reaction out of Warwick. He was able to get the blink away. What a... dude, the reaction was crazy. And now Kami, they're gonna be able to get the Legion Commander as well. Sineko tries to turn with the Sunray. Not enough to repair some of the damage. They'll kite the egg over to the left side, though. Katie, quick assassination. Disruptor's gone as well. They're fighting her to a DD on the Sven. Is this a fight you want to take from Hydra? They're starting to move on over. Another pounce to the hop. Quick on the fingers out of the Hex, but like you said, no egg and nothing to fear. Not done just yet. It's up to 1J, and they're going to be able to get him as well over to the left side as Hydra somehow have been able to pull this net worth lead down to 7,000.
Yeah, they're going to be able to
They're considering about going back in, considering with all the ultimates used prior, a long drawn-out fight without a doubt will favor Hydras. Now StoRm, they're in two minds on whether they want to take the team fight or not. They'll at least get some control with the egg. Katie's going to turn to Cloud as well. A perfect timing with the Fissure, stops the chain away, and they'll guarantee the kill as well. No buyback for him. It's going to be a 4v5 if Hydra can take it, but Kami wants to go back in. It pounced off the mark with the bash, but they're going to be able to reposition. Warwick commits as well, but Katie, even with a couple crits, it's not enough. And now over to the right side, Nicky Cool activates the BKB, but multiple fights are breaking out, and it's not favoring Hydra at all, as Kami is in a lot of danger at the moment. He's trying to go up against the world, but the duel is going to be there. He's got the passive life still coming out. Is it going to be enough? Enough time for the Shadow Dance. Hydra is starting to move over with a couple of supports as well. With the Essence, it's stacking up for Kami. And Warwick's back into the team fight as well. Kami, he's going to be able to do it. He knows no fear now. What can they do against the Slug? You've got nothing left in the arsenal as Kami and Hydra will somehow edge out another victory.
Yeah, and well previously, and honestly, like yours into a potential Wind Waker isn't the worst. You know, if you're getting pounced onto by the Slark, if you can get an eventual Ag Static Storm from Disruptor, that could be huge.
Warwick is very split from the team. They got the high ground though, dude. Kami's position, if they can kill Sineko to start the fight, it's going to be huge for the Mystic Flare damage. They will. He's got a buyback and he's going to use it instant, but meanwhile, Kami goes down. Katie and Dominic blow the Slark up from 4 to 0. And now Hydra, they're going to lose the Timbersaw as well. Cloud's gonna get caught out. Warwick as well, man's gonna be cautious. Nicky Cool's got Fissure up. Surely, oh, wouldn't do that. He's a crazy.
No God strength. No.
Look at Nicky Cool inside the base as well. They're gonna get the buybacks. It's a double buyback committed, but into the supernova means StoRm have control of this area. The damage will get the kill onto the Pangolier. Hydra, can they get anything? This was a heavy investment off the back of the buybacks. Maybe the Legion Commander is the only casualty as StoRm.
You'll take
I think they
for sure.
They saw the Phoenix Courier up north here. Warwick, he's going to see Seneko.
Oh, he bought back.
So they'll get. Well. All right, that's an extra kill. That's going to be a gem as well for Hydra. So something else off the back of the big buybacks from them.
Power of information, right? He's still able to secure the gem, though. It's patrolling off over the top. So much heavier in your favor. Even honestly, the Disruptor. And he had to buy the Aghanim Scepter, right? Means he is not going to have the buyback for this next little bit.
They are coming, and they are not grouped up on Hydra. Seneca's going to start with the Hex, and instantly Dominic's going to be there as well to follow up. That is a quick and easy kill. You couldn't have asked for a better start for StoRm. They'll get rid of the Pango. And now it's a 4v5.
Happy
Glimpse is going to be there. They have the static storm, but of course they don't want to use it onto Seneko. Oh, too late. Happy. He still used it. I mean, that could be a big ultimate on Nicky Hill. Fissure onto multiple. Oh, he's the crit. 1900 damage. Okay.
Oh. Buyback coming up in 3 seconds for the Pango.
And Jaws back up as well, and they're going to go for it. He was able to at least get the reactive armor off. Pango's going to buy back and look to rejoin as well. Nice reaction out of StoRm and the nice retreat. Although Warwick holds Seneko, and this is without a doubt a kill. With the egg already being used prior, they'll assassinate the Phoenix. Can they stop the TP on the Dark Wheel? A quick U-turn from Warwick will stop 1J's TP short. Have they got any vision for any more heroes? They're going to see Dominic actually further to the north. Right underneath an Observer Sentry combo. At least with a fight, lost game is not over. I mean, unless you 5M buyback and you all die.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see what's going to happen. Seneko to start onto Warwick. He can assemble the Aeon disc if he wants to, and he's going to need to do it pretty goddamn quickly.
Nullified.
All right, nicely done. Easy kill, and now they're hunting Nicky Cool. He's going to try and chop the backline. It's a great echo onto 3 with Dominic's follow-up as well. Buybacks is starting to come out quick and fast here for Hydra. They're going to be enough to turn the fight, though. It's taking simultaneous engagements down to the south. Cloud isolated from the boys. Meanwhile, Kami, he's got no one else nearby. Warrior's going to try and do what he can to disrupt the team fight. They'll go back over the Legion Commander as well. With the Chakram damage, they'll secure the kill. And Okami once more as well. Can they stop Seneko or 1J? Looks like they'll get the Dark Willow, but everyone else will make it out. Hydra again in a position where they had to buy back. Disruptor, along with the Pango, was necessary for them. Hang on, back over the right side. Kami, he's trying to deal with that ward prior. Oh, Lincoln's eats the Hex, and now they've got a numbers advantage on the side of Die. Dominic's going to try and jump in, but what reactions out of Kami? Quick use of the Depth Shroud, and now Nicky Cool's been isolated as well, with the Static Storm will prevent the BKB. And this is the opportunity now, but Hydra, they need to get more. Can they catch up to anyone, though? Looks like Warwick's going to be able to sniff out 1J's location. He too will be glimpsed back. Double kill for Hydra. Very nice engagement for them. And once again, they're going to be able to get onto the map. Importantly, get these lanes in a position where maybe they can get some objectives. They've never had as strong of a ward as they currently do, but Kami's Shadow Dance doesn't give them anything. They're going to try and move in with the Rolling Thunder. And Abyssal Blade's out. I mean, Kami's getting a lot of essence, and they'll get the Supernova out as well. But now Kami needs to play with a Refresher. Not if Happy's going to be able to jump in with a Static Storm. That is beautiful, but Nicky, his ultimate's even better. Echo onto the backline, and now they're onto Kami as well. But this Sluck is going to be able to reapply the Shadow Dance thanks to the Refresher, but Katie jumps back in once again. Fisher's going to hold them down into place, but Kami, he's a different beast, and that doesn't look like they're going to be able to address him. Kami against the world, along with the Hydra members. 2 down without some buyback. Now Warwick's going to go for Seneko. Doesn't get a lucky bash on the Willow, but it might not matter. There is hope still for Hydra.
They've done it again. They're throning, maybe. Maybe just want the creeps to be able to help them out. They're using the Book of the Dead to try and get the push stopped. Get that backdoor protection kicking in.
Oh, who does Dominic jump? You gotta make a decision pretty shortly, though. You gotta decide quick on what the call is gonna be. Cloud might see Dominic shortly. You can't even address the Timber. 4,500 health you go to. T4's down. Dominic's gotta go shortly, man. Lincoln's pop, but it's on the duel. Oh, we didn't use the Bloodthorn. Oh, no, Hydra. There is no way they've done it back-to-back games to keep their hopes alive of qualifying to TI-12. What a series and what...